So I'm studying Neolithic burial cairns, much like the one you see behind me. This is Cooing Hill, otherwise known as Tomb of the Dogs. It's called that because 24 different dog skulls were found in this tomb alongside human remains. And this is one of the reasons they believe that Neolithic Orcadian tribes had a totemic system, and maybe this was the tribe of the dog. The big thing that I'm working on with this particular project is I am looking for alignments with the entrance passageway as you see before me. Now, this is pretty standard fare for an entrance passageway. It's low, straight, narrow, clearly pointing in one direction. Now, in some of the tombs, it has been proven that there is an alignment made with either the rising or setting sun through this particular passage or a different passage. So what I'm doing is I'm going around and testing the directions of all of the entrance passageways and seeing what alignments would have been made if alignments would have been made. So first thing I do is I would take the GPS and I mark a waypoint. So this is just south of east for a particular rising alignment. That means that potentially this could line up with some sunrise that would be after the summer solstice, but before the spring equinox. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go inside the tomb and show you around, and so you can see what I mean by some of the characteristics of these types of chambered cairns. So it's understood that these types of burial tombs would all have these very low, narrow entranceways, and then they open up and become much, much more spacious as you get to the inside. It's believed, / understood, that this is a symbolic gesture to separate this place as a tomb, the world of the dead, from the world of the outside, making the passage grave being sort of a portal or a gateway. As you can see, you've got these 4 chambers. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 over there. And now all of these will have a similarly low entrance to the primary entrance passageway. However, once inside one of these, namely this one, once inside one of these entrance passageways, you can see that it's actually quite spacious and tall. Once again, creating another symbolic passage from one level to another. While we're in here, I just want you to take a look at the walls of these types of cairns. As you can see, there isn't a drop of mortar. Stone Age people, what they would do is they would corbel. So you can see the wall is gradually sloping upward towards the ceiling where they laid slabs over a much smaller circle. And they picked various slabs of easily breakable flagstone and picked ones that fit together, rather than using mortar to fill in the spaces. It's very tedious work, but it also is better craftsmanship than later generations can see, and that's one of the reasons why such chambers have lasted so long. It's a lot harder than I thought it would be. I didn't expect it to be as hard to find the cairns or as hard to get to them as it actually is, or that so many of them would be in such poor shape. So right here what we have is a really great example of what the Neolithic peoples of Orkney would use as a stone quarry. You can see how the rock is readily exposed and in these nice flat sheet-like structures. And now what the people would do is they would light a fire on the rock, and the fires, if they're strategically placed, would crack in these very nice flat breakable sheets, and you can use them to build either giant stone circles or houses or the burial tombs that I've been working on. I'm considering a master's program here in Orkney, and my experience here has more or less given me the proper qualifications for, attending such a program. So, really, this has opened a lot of doors, and I've just begun.